It was just one of those quiet nights in a dusty little Midwest town, nothing special. The kind where folks wrap up their days with a cold beer at the old Roadhouse bar on the edge of Highway 12. But man, in a split second, everything went to hell, flames exploding from the kitchen like some angry demon, turning the place into a roaring inferno, people screaming and bolting for the doors, chairs flying, glass shattering everywhere. And there I was, Mike Harlan, this beat-down vet who'd spent years fading into the shadows, frozen against the wall, my legs like lead from old war flashbacks, watching the fire race toward me like it had my name on it. No one owed me a damn thing, hell. I'd made sure of that, cutting ties with my old life and the Thunder Riders, that rough-and-tumble biker crew everyone whispered about, but nobody crossed. But this woman, Sarah Jenkins, she was just a local nurse grabbing a quick bite after her shift, saw me there, trapped in my own head, and without a second thought, she charged through the smoke, tackling me to the ground, her body shielding mine as the ceiling caved in with a thunderous crack. "Hold on, Strangerie, not checking out tonight," she gasped, her voice cutting through the chaos like a lifeline, even as shards of wood and hot embers rained down on her back, tearing into her skin, her ribs crunching under the weight. I could feel her trembling, but she didn't let go, dragged me inch by inch toward the exit, coughing up black smoke, her grip like iron until the firefighters pulled us out. Me? Just some burns and bruises. Sarah? She was a mess, internal bleeding, organs shredded, fading fast in that ambulance as sirens wailed into the night. Sitting in that sterile hospital waiting room, staring at my scorched hands, it hit me like a freight train. This stranger had thrown herself into the fire for me. No questions, no hesitation, and now she was paying the price. I'd buried my past deep, ashamed of the blood and broken promises from my days riding with the Riders, the feuds over territory that tore families apart, the nights I'd wake up sweating from memories of brothers lost to rival gangs or cops closing in. But that debt, it burned hotter than the flames. My fingers shook as I dug out an old burner phone, dialing a number I'd sworn I'd forget. "It's Harlan," I muttered when Jake picked up me nephew, now running the crew, his voice gravelly with shock. "Uncle Mike? We thought you were ghosted, dead, or gone." I choked back the lump in my throat. "Not yet. But she might be if you don't move fast. She saved my ass tonight, Jake. She's one of us now." And just like that, the storm rolled in, engines rumbling in the distance, growing louder until the parking lot filled with chrome and leather, dozens of riders pulling up, their presence like a wall you couldn't ignore. Jake stepped off his bike first, built like a tank, scars telling stories I knew too well, his eyes locking on mine with that mix of family blood and biker code. "She pulled you from the fire? Then she's family, whatever it takes. We get her through this." The docs were scrambling. Sarah's blood type rare as hell, her liver failing, kidneys shot in. When they muttered about waiting lists and protocols, Jake leaned in close to the head surgeon, his voice low but cutting like a knife. "She doesn't have months, doc's got hours. You stonewall us, and we'll ride right through those walls." No threats, just that cold certainty, the kind that made the admin's face go pale, signatures appearing on forms like magic. Word spread like wildfire through the network, chapters from coast to coast, even overseas in places like London and Sydney, old rivals setting aside grudges because this wasn't about turf. It was about honor, a debt paid in blood. Donors lined up at blood banks, couriers rerouting flights under the radar, and when a match popped up in Paris, a perfect kidney from some kid gone too soon, the riders cleared paths through airports, engines roaring as they escorted the cooler like it was sacred cargo. Back home, the hospital turned into a fortress, bikers holding vigil in the rain, candles flickering between Harleys, strangers joining in, whispering prayers, even cops keeping their distance because who wants to poke that bear? But inside, Sarah was slipping monitors, screaming, her heart flatlining twice during the transplant, docs yelling, "Clear," as they shocked her back, and me? I was pressed against the glass, begging under my breath, "Fight, Sarah, you started this fire, now let us fan it." Finally, as dawn broke, her eyes fluttered open, weak, but alive, and the crew lined the halls in silence, heads bowed as they wheeled her out. A corridor of leather-clad guardians, engines revving outside like a heartbeat echoing her own. Jake clapped my shoulder, a rare grin cracking his face. "She reminded us what loyalty's for, uncle, not power plays or old scores." But this. Sarah squeezed my hand later, her voice a whisper. Why'd they do all that for a nobody like me? I laughed through tears. Because you saw me when no one else did. And now the world's seeing them different too. But here's the thing that sticks with me: is it right? Bending the system like that, strong-arming docks and borders for one life? Some call it heroism. Others say it's chaos, letting outlaws rewrite the rules. What do you think? Where's the line between loyalty and lawlessness? Drop a comment below. Share your take on justice in a world that forgets its own. Or maybe a story from your hood where one act flipped everything. Hit subscribe if these tales hit home. We've got more where loyalty burns bright and changes the game.